Hey, good crafty morning, people. I am here today to share with you a design team project for Tresors Deluxe. And I've created lots of things for design team projects. I think this is the most, not the most time consuming, but let me just tell you, there are 18 cards I'm going to share. And I'm going to do them in segments and put the videos together, or else it's just going to take forever to upload. So let me get started with card number 1. And let me first start telling you that, when you get the design team package, usually you use a lot of your biggest pieces right away because you're excited and you want to create something big. And I did. I made a banner first. I can't remember what else I did, but I had a lot of scraps left over. And cards are a great way to utilize your scraps. So this is what I did with my scraps. This piece back here actually had a piece on the top and a piece on the bottom. I cut those pieces off and used those scraps for something different. This is also a piece of Tresors lace right there as well. I used my square doily on the back there. I have a little doily at the top with a metal piece. And I added the metal pieces because, the image obviously is of a place setting at probably a wedding or a tea party, a beautiful shabby tea party, I don't know. And since the silverware was actually silver, as you can see there, now the cup has a little gold around it, and this has gold around it, but the silverware was silver. So I used this spoon, and I had a little fork as well. And then I added metal pieces here. I'm not going to go over each card in huge detail. I'm going to point out the Tresors goodies on it and then move along. So that's card number 1. And like I said, there are 18 cards. So I'm not going to be able to show them all to you at once. All right. Let's move right along to this card. And these are all images I just pulled off of Pinterest. And I loved this shabby lady. I just loved it. I thought it was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Papers that I used are a compilation of many different papers, 6x6, 12x12s, some that are just single sheets I picked up at wherever, and so I don't know. On this card, I have, basically it was a lace that I cut up, and it was like a wedding lace. It's got sequins. This one had some pearls on it, but I put the flower on top of it, the feathers, the pearl sprays, layered doilies back behind the layer of Tresors lace. And then this trim here you can also get at Tresors. Really, really cute little flower bursts, and I just love that. So that is card number 2. Most of the cards I did make 2 of each image. The first one I think is actually the only one that I just did 1. So this is the other. Oops, let me glue my butterfly back on. I can't remember if this is a Renee Bouquet's or Angelica's Little Scrap Shop butterfly, but it's one of the two. So on this one, I wanted to enhance or make the pop of her black hair. So I added the black border. I do have a little bit of pink lace that I had in my stash. There's a lot of Tresors on this card. This heart right here is actually an applique, and this piece I cut off. They came out kind of like almost like wings, and I put them at the top and the bottom, and then I added those same little flowers that I just showed you a second ago to kind of connect them. And then I added these gorgeous Tresors fabric flowers. I know they're more mauve and she's more pale pink, but I still thought it was a nice pop. And that is my next card. So I'm going to cut this video off and bring you back with the next bunch of cards is are kind of tea themed in a way because they have teapots. And again, these are just all images I found on Pinterest. I decided to use a craft cardstock on this one, kind of because the paper had this like wood sort of grain. Anyway, I had a scrap of this doily from some of the other cards that I did, so I kind of tucked it in there. I used the word hello, and I used this. This is like one of my favorite laces from Tresors. I've used it in mini albums, and it's great just to layer on a card like this. And I had quite a bit left of this, but I'll be honest with you, I cut it so that I didn't waste the part that's back here. So I just did layering and distressing. Right underneath these flowers here are some other scraps of Tresors lace that I had. And then I tucked some underneath here as well. And then these are all, I think, petaloo flowers. And then these are recollection butterflies. It pops up with these pearls, and there you go. This one has the same image, and I used the same flowers, only I layered some flower appliques underneath. Again, I used that same lace, except that I turned it the other way, so it's going vertical. So it just kind of tucks out a little bit on each side, and you can see it here and at the bottom, and it's just beautiful. I added some lace on the sides as a border, and that's my stopper. And on this card, I didn't cover up the macaroons. There are macaroons. All right. This card here has this gorgeous image of a white teapot full of beautiful pink and white flowers. Rizzo! Cupcake doily, cupcake wrapper back here. Go lay down. I added these actually very gorgeous butterflies that I got at Michael's a while back on Super Special. Really pretty butterflies. And here we go. Here's my Tresors scraps right here, here, and here. So you could see very small pieces can make such a difference on a card. I added the word cherish, triple seam binding bow, and then another butterfly on my sentiment area. So on this one, same image, layering, distressing. I added, this trim here and the different doilies. But my main focal point is this beautiful Tresors applique. And obviously this wasn't a scrap, it's an entire applique. It comes with these dimensional flowers that have a pearl center. Very, very pretty. Now that I'm looking at it, I should have added a bow right here. And I probably should have added a bow there. But anyway, I just layered some Wild Orchid craft flowers to make that applique pop a little bit. And I did add a little more. I got the pearls and I got the trim there. And that is just a really pretty card. All right, I'll be back with my next video. Hey guys, okay, here we go. Next group of cards. I love both of these sets of cards, so let's start with this one. I found this image on Pinterest, and I absolutely adore it. It is so shabby, a little bit vintage looking. I just love it. And so I printed that out. I used some, what is this, like a pink burlap back behind, and then I have that beautiful Tresors sheer lace. I have a piece of scrap here and here from another larger lace. Down on the bottom, I have this trim that you've seen me use on the other cards, and I just layered a flower in between each one. And then my burlap doily in the back, I have a Wild Orchid Craft chipboard piece there, and a petaloo butterfly at the top, and voila. I love it. My next one's very similar. I did use the pink burlap. You can barely see it kind of peeking out. And this also is one of my favorite Tresors trims right here. And I cut it apart. I put a piece here, 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 and at the bottom. And then this is like almost like a banner lace. It's straight across, and then it has these banner pieces that come out. And then I just added the little, from the trim, I just cut out the flowers, and I put it there, and here. And then this is just pieces from the burlap. And then my doily and a couple of little butterflies, and there we go. How cute. All right, now, here we go. So gorgeous of an image. I can't even tell you. I'm going to save this one for last. Okay, let's look at this one. I super fell in love with this image. And I'm not a blue girl. You guys know I'm not a blue girl. But isn't that beautiful? Oh, just love it. So here's my Tresors lace. Definitely cut apart from a very much larger lace. And I put it at each corner of the photo. And then I just added my flowers. I added this Wild Orchid Craft dress form, this little bow, bling, this little bling, seam binding bow. There's some pearls. Oh, I just love it. I had this little lace in my stash, and then it pops up like this. And there you go. All right, I like the next two better. I mean, this is beautiful, but I'm going to do this one. Okay, so the same image, a Wild Orchid Craft chipboard piece. The beautiful, oh, I just love this lace from Tresors. I just added a little bling trim here and here on the edge, and this gorgeous fabric flower from Tresors. And then I just added my lace back here. Pops up with that bling, this bling lace. It's the same one that's here. And voila. Is it not beautiful? Beautiful. All right, one more with the blue lady. Here we go. Can you see what's from Tresors? This gorgeous trim. I would have never thought I could use that on a card, but it just seemed to go with this beautiful blue bow here. This little lace from my stash. Another chipboard piece from Wild Orchid Crafts, as are these corner pieces. And I just layered these two flowers that I got in a D-stash. It pops up like this. And there you go. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, I'll be back with my next video. Okay, guys, here's my next bunch of cards. I'm going to start with one that is really different for me. Look at this one. I don't usually use gold, but these had kind of a gold hue to them. So I think Doreen had actually shared this image with me. This is my beautiful Tresors lace. Again, scraps that I had left over. The gold doilies look so much more obnoxious in this video than they do in real life. But I was kind of going off these pieces right here that have a gold hue. So yeah, really unique and different for me, but I'm sure someone will like it. So love, love, love this Tresors lace right here. And I think it looks very perfect next to that image. This is the same image. I like this card much better. I used a frame from Wild Orchid Crafts, and of course my Wild Orchid Craft flowers. I added the word friends to this one and layered this bow underneath. And then this is my Tresors scrap, this beautiful lace, and again, I cut it so that I wasn't wasting the part that was behind here and that I have still a little more scrap. I added these vintage corner pieces, and then it pops up on the pearls. Very pretty. Okay, let's move along. Let's go back to some tea. How about some tea? These are actually cupcakes that have miniature teapots, a miniature cupcake, and a miniature teacup on it. And then they used fondant to make it look like a tablecloth on the cupcake. Is that stinking adorable? This is my beautiful piece of lace that I used from Tresors right here. Again, a scrap. Some trim that I had in my stash from my outside border. I layered some rosette trim and some flower appliques, and then I just layered flowers on top, a bow with a butterfly, and it pops up like this. And I like how the tail end of the bow just kind of drapes across the sentiment. So there you go. Then I have this one with that same image, and I just layered bunches of doilies back behind. I have my magnolia swirly die. I made this flower with 2 different kinds of rosette trims and a couple of doilies and this beautiful bling that was gifted to me. And then I have this gorgeous stick pin that was also gifted to me. And it pops up on flatback pearls, and that is that card. This lace right here is what I used from Tresors. It goes along the other side, but you can't see it as much because of all the action going on over here. And then these two are little scraps that I had in my stash. So look what you can do with your scraps, ladies. This is my final image that I used, and I also found that on Pinterest. It had these gold forks and spoons. This is the lace that I used from Tresors. This was a very large lace, and this is pieces that I cut apart. And then I actually have some of that sheer lace tucked behind as well, kind of peeking out the top and the bottom, because I had just a teensy bit left. So here's my flowers, and I just used a Martha Stewart leaf punch and a cupcake wrapper in the back. And this pops up like that. Very pretty pink and blue tea-themed card. Okay, here's my last one. Same image, only I used this window from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I had to cut it apart to get these to lay open. You can see my Tresors lace down here, and then you can see it here and there as well. And then I just love how the little window opens and you can see the tea stuff going on. These also are those same little flower trim that I had in my stash from Tresors. And then, you know, this piece comes with the window. This is Wild Orchid Craft chipboard. And then I added that petaloo flower and these petaloo flowers here. I have trim around the edge, and it pops up on pearls. And then I had this gold corner piece, and look at the little teacup, so cute. And then I added this little gold heart. So that is my final card. I encourage you very, very much to go over to Tresors, and there's a lot of really reasonably priced laces and trims and flowers and doilies, appliques. Some of them are in the higher price range, but they're huge pieces that you can cut up to use for so many different projects. that, you know, if you think about all the different things that you can do with those huge, large laces that are like as big as your hand, and some of them even bigger. I mean, some of them are just must-haves. There's also a new Tresors store that has papers and dies and all kinds of crafting goodies. I will link you to that, as well as the Tresors Facebook page, the challenge, the monthly challenge. Lots of fun stuff going on, and you will enjoy these amazing treasures. They also have bling. Oh my gosh, the bling. Woo! All right. Thank you so much for hanging in there if you're staying till the end. I appreciate you watching. I will also link all these cards. They're all for sale on my in my eBay store, and I will link that in the description box down below so that you can go and see all of them. And if you like one, you can make a purchase. All right. Have a happy, scrappy day.